Tonight on ZeGuild News, Cataclysm and why Deathwing's not so bad. ZeGuild recruitment efforts continue. And Ventrilo vs. Mumble, the battle to be heard. Those stories right now on ZeGuild News. Hi, I'm Broth, and welcome to ZeGuild News. Cataclysm is often personified with the imagery of Deathwing, that powerful dragon whose fault all of this is. Although we often associate Deathwing with death and destruction and all the terrible cataclysmic changes he has caused, it turns out he's a skilled architect as well. Yes, it seems that although Deathwing torched the Park District, his Cataclysm also made a beautiful new keep with a nice fountain. As if that wasn't enough, he even rushed over to build us a nice memorial graveyard for those lost in the aforementioned park torching incident. Reports of Deathwing seem to state that he torched the park and promptly left, although he could have easily destroyed the city. Perhaps DW merely thought the park didn't quite fit with the industrial metropolis atmosphere of Stormwind and decided to rectify that, instead creating a lush farm homestead just outside the Stormwood Keep's walls. And although Mr. Wing did create a giant and somehow never-ending tornado in Darkshore, could have not have been an act of mercy on the heroes of this world? For, although Aberdeen is gone, so too are all those dreary and boring quests associated therein, and all those plagued animals the druids rush around to cure, gone. What a convenience. Obviously Deathwing can't just do things for our benefit, he has to make some things difficult as well. Mount Hyjal has become a major staging ground for war and conflict, although, weren't we all getting a little bored of questing alts through Icecrown anyway? Deathwing understands that you need a time sink, and what better a grind than annihilating cultist followers and uniting demigods in a glorious battle against that old friend Ragnaros. And you don't even need an attunement this time. So you see, Deathwing isn't such a bad tyrannical dragon. His Cataclysm is giving us so much more to spend our time on. Whether you like questing, or ganking, or ERPing, you will have a host of new locations in which to enjoy. Thanks, Deathwing, for giving us another time sink comparable to a second job. And now some news regarding the ZeGuild recruitment efforts. ZeGuild has been going through some recruitment efforts recently, not only in this broadcast, but, more prevalently, across the server's forums as well. On the ZeGuild forums at thezeguild.com/forums, several new accounts are starting to spring up. Many of said accounts are posting inquiries into ZeGuild's recruitment drive. Some are even expressing a wish to join this casual guild that is already a beloved home to so many. Although most of these people have cited the forums post as their director to our forums, no doubt ZeGuild News will also be a contributor to such attention to ZeGuild in the future. On the raiding front, ZeGuild has been able to try out some new members in its ICC 25-man run, including a certain unholy Death Knight, who may yet join our ranks and therefore may yet be mentioned on this broadcast in some episodes to come. Along with ICC 25, ZeGuild may also be looking for some more raiders drawing from both current and future members to help out with Ruby Sanctum 25 runs. We haven't had all too many chances to really attempt RS25, and with a bit more guild interest, this could become more of a raiding priority. On a note related to raiding, we now take a look at the voice-over IP programs that are used to streamline raids. Ventrilo is a communication service that most of World of Warcraft users are introduced to when they begin raiding. Although it has been adopted as the most popular voice-over IP service on WoW, it is not the only option players have. Other such programs include TeamSpeak, Roger Wilco, and Skype. Both of the first two are targeted at gamers specifically, whereas Skype is more general. Ventrilo credits its dominance to its simplistic interface, low CPU usage, and high sound quality. However, some gamers are starting to search for greener pastures, evident in the growing popularity of a program called Mumble. Mumble is an open-source voice-over IP program that claims to be focused on sound quality and very low latency communications. The program is getting many positive reviews from former Ventrilo users. Many applaud the program's work at eliminating audio lag caused by latency, as well as some of the other features it offers that Ventrilo does not. The primary feature mentioned is the in-game overlay. Mumble allows users to see who is talking by showing the speaker's name on screen while in-game. While in smaller, more consistent raids, such as a 10-man team, most raiders get to know the sound of each other's voice. However, in a larger 25-man team, this can make identifying raiders easier. The downside to this is the increased difficulty implementation across 25 people. Mumble also has features such as auto-adjusting volume. This helps to normalize mics that are set far too loud or far too quiet. Mumble also offers the ability to automatically lower the user's system volume, quieting things such as music or game sound when they talk, or while others are talking to them. We now go to an interview with Pig Iron Pete, our guild recruitment officer and a raider who participates in both 10 and 25-man ZeGuild raids. So Piggy, what are your thoughts on this issue of Ventrilo versus Mumble? Piggy?
I've been talking for like 20 minutes, and I didn't have the button pushed down because I was waxing philosophical. Yeah, I've been spoiled by Skype. Anyway, considering the problems we've been having with latency issues on Vent recently, 15-second delays whenever Tim speaks or whatever, anything that comes around heralding lesser latency definitely gets noticed. The only thing that concerns me is a lack of quality. We haven't actually heard it in action. Nobody's taken a sample of the voice quality or anything like that. If we got to sacrifice latency for scratchy 1930s quality radio voices, I don't want to do that.
What are your thoughts on moving all the raiders over to Skype?
I think we could do it for our 10-man easily, and I think we should. 25-man, a little bit tougher. If Tim puts his foot down, it can happen. But imagine 25 people with no push to talk. Think of all the heavy breathing and the children in the background and the dogs barking, and it sounds chaotic. Well, the thing is to mute, you have to tab out. If there's a way to do it in game, I have yet to know about it. It wasn't an issue with games that we played in windowed mode, and other things that we've done, but in WoW that could be a problem. I really like the idea of mumble. The thing that caught my attention most, like I said, was lack of latency. And the second thing that caught my attention was the popping up of whoever's talking. I know who everyone is by voice in 10-man, but it's going to be a little bit more, it'd be nice to pop up who's talking in 25-mans. The thing is getting the whole thing rolling. Like I said, really easy to do to get everyone to switch over on a 10-man, but not so hard to get some of those people to do it on a 25-man. When it comes down to it, it seems like a big lot of trouble to go through when Vent works the way it does. Is it worth changing over just because of a few latency issues? Tim gets his Vent free of charge from some connection he has with CAD. That's a huge advantage, over Mumble. Mumble would be like going from something that was free to having to actually pay for something.
Well, Pig Iron Pete, we're glad to have you on the show. Thank you very much for your time. Upon further research, it seems that Mumble also puts out a program called Murmur. This program claims to allow the user to host a server for them and their guildies using their own internet connection. The only cost will be the strain it puts on the host's bandwidth. Getting a voice over IP server without a cost is an advantage for Mumble, though the level of difficulty in setting up such a server is yet to be confirmed. As a final note, ZeGuild is always recruiting casual players and cool people. Come check us out at thezeguild.com.